Work it harder, one more. Touch it, bring it, pay it, watch it, turn it.
Hey, it's Allie. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the need for charity. I decided to start a video blog because sometimes Reddit's R off my chest is just not good enough to complain about human civilization and what's right and what's not right. So today is August 30th, 2013, and a couple weeks ago here in Saskatchewan, Canada, we have this thing called Wounded Warriors Weekend, and everybody gets together and they like soldiers and stuff from Iraq and people that are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder go there, and they just tell their stories and this, that, and another thing. It's a great weekend. It's a great fundraiser. It's an awesome idea. Well, we didn't have to. I got asked if I wanted to volunteer for that weekend because people know that I like to volunteer. I'll take my time and help. And I'm a graphic designer by trade. That's what I do. I work at a print shop. And I got asked if I'd be interested in volunteering for a weekend. So I went down, I helped sell some t-shirts and some bumper stickers, and the guy that I went with, we ended up leaving with about $1,000 cash. The guy that I went with, I don't think paid the charity, and I feel like this should be illegal. We should have had to donate some of the money that we made for the charity selling t-shirts with their stuff on it. And nobody wants to really listen to my input about it at work and the people that I work with, even the owner of the people that I work with, they're really upset about what happened at this event. We don't have people breathing down our necks for money or anything like that, but it's still kind of the concept of the matter that somebody out there, we raised money
Work it harder,
for this event, and this money never went to the event. The guy that I went with had $1,000 cash on him when we separated that day, and he never brought it back to the business to make a charitable donation from our company. To me, it just feels like that's, somebody's got to let me know if there's some kind of law against that, because straight up, that is not right. I'm a firm believer in karma, and I've experienced both hands of karma where you shouldn't be messing around with that kind of stuff. I'm huge into volunteering, and I can't overemphasize the importance of people needing to be there for nonprofit organizations and or events, community barbecues, community this, that, and another thing. People should be more giving of their time rather than expecting everybody to get paid for everything that they do, because that's not how civilization should work. Because if there's something that I ever need someday, I don't want to pay somebody to do it, depending on what it is, obviously, but either way, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's been really bugging me for the last couple weeks, and it bugs me not knowing what happened in that situation. I don't want to give out any names or anything like that because that's not the kind of person that I am, but for somebody who is supposed to be serving and protecting the society and the community, things should be done. And I don't know. I hope somebody lets me know whether or not there's something I can do about it, because it's hard to go to sleep at night knowing that I was part of ripping off a charity. Even though I volunteered my time so that somebody else could rip off a charity. That's not what I'm about, and that's not cool in any means. I feel really disgusted about the matter, I'm not gonna lie. On another note, I wanted to bring up some of the things that have been happening around my local area, and I think maybe some people haven't heard about it or whatever, right? There's A woman just outside of the city that I'm from found basically 13 dead cats in her yard. And I'm not trying to turn this into like an animal cruelty cause or anything like that, but I just wanted to emphasize that there's no need to mistreat animals. It bugs me so much when people will go out of their way to murder an animal instead of just finding it a new home. Or it's disgusting. Like, you know, cat or dog or bird or hamster, rat, mouse, guinea pig, rabbit, fuck, it doesn't matter. You know, it's a living being, and it's disgusting. Like, we have people pushing cats down a drain pipe because they, for whatever frickin' reason, you know. And I don't know, I just want to emphasize the importance of taking care of your animals. You know, like, I know numerous people that can't even feed their families, but yet they're talking about going out and buying like $300, $400, $500 dogs, and yet they've got this, yet they're looking for these really nice dogs. And you know, I've only had my dog for a year now, and he's been the closest, best part of my life. There's nothing that I would replace him with. Nothing at all. He's my dog. He's my baby. I would bend over backwards for him. I would take a bullet for my dog because I know he would do the same for me. And the only people I have to thank for my dog is the Prince Albert SPCA. They gave me something that nobody can, and I never imagined the joys that I got out of getting a dog. You know, I had ferrets and stuff before, and I would lock them in cages all day long. Now my dog comes to work with me. I spend all my time with my dog. We've been through some training. We've had our issues, but we're doing socializing now, and he's getting a lot better. You know, and people always look at the SPCA like they're bad people. Like, you know, oh, I had to pay an adoption fee. Well, no shit, you had to pay an adoption fee. Everybody should have to pay an adoption fee. It's part of the whole process of getting an animal from a shelter. You're adopting it. And that fee is proving that you can afford the dog, that, you know, like his medical bills and stuff from before you got the dog are paid for. So stop bitching, because these people are making sure that you're getting an animal that's healthy, ready for you. They make sure that it's good with kids and other animals, other dogs, other everything before you get the dog. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's an iffy situation, because a lot of people are always saying, oh, I want a purebred, I want a purebred this, and I want a purebred that. Well, the people that I know personally, like physically in person, the people that I know that are looking for purebreds and looking for this, that, and another thing, they can't even afford to feed their family. So do you think they can afford to feed a dog that, you know, or if a medical bill came up, you know, how many people just neglect their animals because they don't have the money to take it to a vet? They don't have the money to do this or do that. I'll tell you, when my dog got hurt, here's a little story. I brought in a dog that I tried to foster, and there was a big fight at my house. She was a little mini pincher, and my dog is a big suck, and he's a heeler shepherd, husky kind of thing. He's a mutt. I love him. Anyways, they got into a scrap, and she bit the back of his leg and tore some skin off, whatever. He's got a scar now, and he was bleeding, and he was missing some fur. I was so scared. I took my dog immediately to the vet. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about the situation. My dog went to the vet, because if he was going to end up with an infection on his leg, I wanted to take care of it. That is my responsibility as a dog owner. Whereas there's people that their dogs get hurt or sick or whatever, and they just put a bullet in the dog. They don't care. Or they'll just leave the dog outside because they don't want it to come inside because it's gross or whatever, you know. I am so against this, and there should be laws against people having animals, you know, and children. I wish there was enough time in the day to emphasize the importance of safe sex and abortion, because you should have to apply to the government in order to have children. That's my theory, and if you want to argue with me, I will gladly debate on the matter, but I seriously think that if you're considering to have a child, another mouth to feed, you should have to apply to the government. It should be mandatory abortions until you're approved from the government to have children. Because it's ridiculous how many people out there having baby after baby after baby, and they can't afford to feed it, but hey, why not, or house it, but hey, why not just have another kid, like, that's an extra couple $100 every month that the government gives you. Well, or, like, I know some people who, they don't have a place to live, and they're living with their parents and inconveniencing parents and other families because they have nowhere to go. Yet they're not working, but they're still having more babies. I'm not trying to offend anybody on this situation. This, again, is just my opinion. So, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm just voicing mine because it feels good to get this stuff off your chest sometime. So, anyways, that's my segment for today. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and I will catch you guys later on the flip side. Peace out.